Real English Lounge.
The art of everyday English.
I want to try something.
Go ahead.
I'm going to say two sentences. Same meaning. You tell me which one sounds like a real person.
Okay.
She refused the offer versus she turned down the offer.
Turned down.
Immediately. No hesitation.
It's just obvious.
Right? And refused isn't wrong. Grammatically, it's fine. But turned down is what an actual human being would say.
That gap between correct and natural is exactly what phrasal verbs fill.
Welcome to Real English Lounge. I'm Ethan.
And I'm Claire. Today we're covering 20 phrasal verbs from daily life. Not a textbook list. 20 that real people use constantly in real conversations about real things.
Before we start, subscribe on YouTube if this podcast is helping your English.
Comment challenge. Use one phrasal verb from this episode in a sentence about your own life. In English, in the comments. We love seeing this.
Level check. B1 to B2. Phrasal verbs are one of the clearest signs of natural English. Today, we make them feel less scary.
We're going to cover them in groups. Decisions, relationships, plans, emotions, work. Because your brain remembers language better in clusters than in random lists.
Let's start with decisions. These come up constantly.
Give up. This might be the most common phrasal verb in English. To give up means to stop doing something, usually because it got too hard or you lost motivation.
She gave up trying to fix the printer and just emailed the document instead.
Turn down. To refuse or reject something. An offer, an invitation, an opportunity.
He turned down the promotion because it would have meant relocating.
Go ahead. To proceed or to get someone permission.
We got the approval, so we went ahead with the project. Or, go ahead, I'm listening.
Back out. To decide not to do something you'd already agreed to.
She backed out of the deal at the last minute when the terms changed.
Hold off. To delay. To wait before taking action.
We're holding off on the announcement until we have more information. Relationships next. These are the ones that come up in almost every personal conversation.
Catch up. To spend time with someone after a period of not seeing them.
We finally caught up over coffee and talked for 3 hours.
Fallout. To have an argument that damages a relationship, at least temporarily.
They fell out over something that happened at the party and didn't speak for 2 months.
Make up. To reconcile after a disagreement.
They eventually made up, and the friendship was actually stronger for it.
Check in. To contact someone briefly to see how they're doing.
She makes a point of checking in with her team every week, even just a quick message.
Reach out. To contact someone, often for the first time or after a gap. Warmer than just contact.
If you're struggling, please reach out. There are people who want to help.
Plans and logistics. These come up most at work and in everyday organizing.
Call off. To cancel something that was already scheduled.
The event was called off at the last minute due to bad weather.
Put off. To postpone, delay to a later time. Similar to procrastinate, but more neutral.
I keep putting off the dentist appointment. I've rescheduled it 3 times.
That's very specific.
Very personal example.
Carry on. To continue, especially after an interruption or difficulty.
Despite the setback, the team carried on and delivered on time.
Set up. To organize or prepare something. A meeting, a system, a business.
Can you set up a call for Thursday? I need to go through the numbers.
Sort out. To deal with a problem or confused situation and find a solution.
Give me an hour to sort out the scheduling conflict and I'll come back to you.
Emotions. These come up in honest conversations about how people are actually doing.
Calm down. To become less agitated or to help someone else do so.
She needed a few minutes alone to calm down before the conversation could happen without becoming an argument.
Open up. To start talking about feelings or personal things you'd normally keep to yourself.
It took him a long time to open up about what had happened, but when he did, it clearly helped.
Bottle up. To keep emotions inside rather than expressing them.
She'd been bottling up her frustration for months, and it eventually came out all at once.
Cheer up. To feel better after being sad or to help someone feel better.
He brought her coffee and just sat with her. It did more to cheer her up than any advice would have.
Burnout. To become completely exhausted, mentally, physically, emotionally, from too much for too long.
She burned out after 2 years of working without real breaks and needed several months to recover.
Work and professional life. Last group.
Follow up. To contact someone again after an initial interaction, to check on progress or continue a conversation. action.
I'll follow up with the client on Monday to see where they are with the decision.
Take on, to accept a new responsibility, task, or challenge.
She took on the project even though she already had a full workload and somehow delivered everything.
Work out, to find a solution, to figure something out through effort.
We couldn't agree at first, but we sat down and worked it out over about an hour.
Step up, to take on more responsibility, especially when something needs doing and nobody else is doing it.
When the manager left suddenly, he stepped up and kept the team functioning until a replacement was found.
Wind down, to gradually reduce activity and come to a close.
The project is winding down now. The heavy lifting is done, and we're in the final review stage.
20 phrasal verbs. And now the question everyone has.
How do I actually make these stick?
Yes, because knowing them when you hear them and using them naturally, those are very different things.
The single most effective thing is using one in a real sentence about your own life, as soon as possible.
Not reviewing a list.
Not reviewing a list, using one. In a sentence about something that actually happened to you.
Why does that work so much better?
Because the brain stores language better when it's attached to something personal and real, instead of remembering give up means to stop trying, you remember I almost gave up on that project last Tuesday.
Your memory, your sentence.
That's what makes it yours.
And once you start hearing phrasal verbs in context, in podcasts, in conversations, in shows, you start noticing patterns.
Up often adds intensity or completion. Out often means fully or to the end. Down often means to reduce or refuse.
So new phrasal verbs start making intuitive sense.
You start feeling them. And that's what fluency actually is. Not knowing rules, but feeling language.
Which is also what this podcast is for.
Exactly word tour. 6 of the 20, the most versatile ones, getting the full treatment.
Definition, natural example, mini dialogue, upgrade phrase. Word 1, give up.
To stop trying because it got too difficult, frustrating, or seems impossible. Can also mean to stop a habit or to surrender something.
Example, she almost gave up on the application after the 3rd rejection, but she submitted one more, and that was the one that worked.
Mini dialogue. Are you still working on that project?
I nearly gave up last week. It felt like nothing was working.
What changed?
I took a full day off from it. Coming back fresh made the problem look completely different.
Upgrade phrase. Instead of I stopped, try I almost gave up on it. But something shifted when I stepped away and came back with fresh eyes.
Word 2, turn down.
To refuse or reject. An offer, an invitation, a request. One of the most useful phrasal verbs in professional and social English.
Example, he turned down 3 offers before accepting the one that felt right, and he's never regretted the patience that required.
Mini dialogue. Did you take the job?
I turned it down.
Really? Why?
The role was right. The culture wasn't. And I've learned that culture is harder to fix than a job title.
Upgrade phrase. Instead of I said no, try I turned it down. It wasn't easy. The offer was good on paper, but it wasn't right for where I'm trying to go.
Word 3, carry on.
To continue, especially after a difficulty, interruption, or setback. There's a quietly resilient quality to it. The famous British carry on is a whole attitude.
Example, the news was difficult, but they carried on with the work because stopping wouldn't have helped anyone.
Mini dialogue. That meeting was rough. Are you okay?
I am. I just need 5 minutes and then I'll carry on.
Take 10.
5 is enough. I don't want to lose the momentum.
Upgrade phrase. Instead of I kept going, try I carried on even when it felt difficult. There was something clarifying about deciding that stopping wasn't an option.
Word 4, sort out.
To deal with a problem or complicated situation, to find a solution, or bring order to something messy. One of the most useful and most British phrasal verbs in everyday English.
Example, the miscommunication had created a mess across 3 departments, but she sat down with everyone involved and sorted it out in one afternoon.
Mini dialogue. The system is throwing errors again.
Give me an hour, I'll sort it out.
It's been doing this all week.
I know, which is why I'm gonna sort it out properly this time, not just fix the symptom.
Upgrade phrase. Instead of I fixed it, try I sorted it out. It took longer than I expected because the problem was more tangled than it looked on the surface.
Word 5, open up.
To start sharing feelings, personal experiences, or private thoughts, usually after a period of being reluctant. It requires trust and usually takes time.
Example, it was the first conversation where she'd really opened up about what the year had been like. Something shifted between them as a result.
Mini dialogue. You seem quieter than usual lately.
I'm fine.
You don't have to open up if you don't want to, but I'm here if you do.
I know. I think I just need a little more time, but thank you for saying that.
Upgrade phrase. Instead of I talked about it, try I opened up about it for the first time. It was harder than I expected, and also more of a relief than I expected.
Last one, follow up.
To contact someone again after an initial interaction, to check on progress, continue a conversation, or make sure something happened. Not following up is often what causes things to fall through.
Example, she followed up on every conversation she had at the conference. A short message within 48 hours. Those follow-ups led to 3 significant opportunities over the next year.
Mini dialogue. Did you hear back from them?
Not yet. I'm gonna follow up tomorrow.
How long has it been?
5 days. Long enough that a follow-up is appropriate. Short enough that it doesn't feel desperate.
That is a very precise calculation.
It's a skill.
Upgrade phrase. Instead of I contacted them again, try I followed up. I kept it brief, just a short message to check in on where things stood and confirm I was still interested. That's the word tour. Give up, turn down, carry on, sort out, open up, follow up.
The other 14 are in the conversation. Go back and listen again. You'll catch them all.
Let's close. 20 phrasal verbs in 5 groups. Decisions, relationships, plans, emotions, work.
The takeaway is not to memorize them. It's to use one today.
Pick one that fits something in your actual life and put it in a real sentence. That's how language moves from something you recognize to something you own.
Comment challenge. Use one phrasal verb from today in a sentence about your own life. One sentence in English in the comments.
If this helped your English today, subscribe, give it a like, and share it with someone who keeps saying refused when they mean turned down.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Claire. Give up on perfect. Carry on with real. Real English Lounge. See you next time.
Your English journey doesn't end here.
Keep listening, keep learning, and keep speaking.
Choose your next conversation.
We'll see you in the next episode of Real English Lounge.